Beautiful collective. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I want to find out what the goddesses want you to know. The divine feminine energies. Let's see what energies are here for the collective. Thank you guys so very much for all your generosity to me. As always, it's a pleasure. Queen Esther, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. And just because I am saying goddesses, it is also for the upright masculines. These are the energies that are surrounding you, whether you're masculines or feminines. Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Ooh. Sekhmet, the red lady, I am pure strength. I honor my anger, and by giving a voice to it. Maya Oshan, the princess of mercy, giving and receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. Oh, the goddess of never, not broken. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. It's not breaking you. It's just making you more powerful. What has ever happened to you is love. So if somebody betrays that love or betrays that trust, all it does is make you more powerful. And anger is natural. It is a natural energy. But I am going to honor my anger by giving a voice to it. I'm not going to sit complacently by. If you abuse my love, if you abuse the beautiful energies that I have, I am going to raise my voice to it. Everyone thinks, oh, you're not supposed to be angry, you're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that. Anger is a natural, normal emotion, the same as love, the same as jealousy, the same as fear, the same as sadness, the same as happiness. Everyone thinks, oh, no, if you're a goddess, you're not supposed to raise your voice. You're not supposed to be angry. That's bullshit. I mean, use caution in the words that you speak, of course. Speaking, sometimes, that's the old quote, you got to be cruel to be kind, in the right measure. In the right measure. But anger is a natural emotion, and anybody who says they don't get angry, they're full of crap. It is a natural emotion. We're born with it. God himself gets angry. Black Dragon from Saturn brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate. Focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself. You have passed a test. You stood the hell up for your rights. You stood up for yourself. You have liberated yourself. This is all part of growth. This is all part of learning. I mean, my Lord have mercy. There isn't an animal creature under the sun that does not have a natural built-in defense mechanism. Did you know that? Not one. Every creature under the sun has a natural defense mechanism of some type, some way, some shape, or some form. Dark blue galactic dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe, ignite the codes of your master blueprint, assess cosmic wisdom, and enter higher service. So it's almost like somebody wasn't listening to their intuition because it tried to come in reverse. Tucker, no. Come on. You don't do it. He's up in trouble. Did you hear, Mom? I just got angry at him. In a kind way. What am I going to do? Let him choke on something? No. Anger is a natural and normal thing. It's called discipline. Am I being mean to him? No. It's discipline. Sometimes you have to raise your voice to be heard. And it's looking like someone did not want you to raise your voice to them. But sometimes, for somebody's own good, you need to. I'm just saying, it's not cruel to speak your truth. As long as you're speaking the truth, truth is meant to be heard. Whether somebody likes it or whether somebody doesn't like that, it is a natural, there's a safe way of expressing your love. You know what I mean? I raised my voice to Tucker because I didn't want him to choke on something that he was chewing on. Right? Not because I did dislike him, because I do like him. What's the matter with people? Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. The green and gold dragon from Sirius. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. That's what you're meant to do and to be here to do. So, whatever. It is normal to discipline. It's about discipline. You know, if your Father in heaven or the stars or whoever you believe in, oh, you get a talking to. You do get a talking to. And sometimes it's a shout. And sometimes it's a gentle nudge. And sometimes it's an ass whooping. Water dragon helps you flow easily around obstacles. Christ light and love are flowing. Develop your psychic abilities and go with the flow. Tucker, you behave. Soon as my back is turned, he figure he can go sneak over there and do something he's not supposed to be doing. I know you. And it's done out of loving compassion. Come on now. I don't know why Spirit's talking about this. It's like somebody has the opinion that you're not supposed to raise your voice, that you're supposed to be timid all the time or something. I mean, for the most part, but there are some times like Spirit will raise Spirit's voice when something is being done that you shouldn't be doing, or to protect you or to keep you from danger. Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes you do have to raise your voice to be heard, because people don't listen to complacency sometimes. I'm not talking rage here. I'm not talking about rage and stuff, but sometimes you gotta raise your voice to be heard. Because some people just don't want to hear. And some people refuse discipline. Alright? So, I don't know why Spirit's talking about that. So, somebody's under the impression, obviously, that you're not supposed to raise your voice. That you're always supposed to be this loving, compassionate, warm human being. Although that is one emotion, so is anger. It is. It's a human emotion. And we're all humans. God Himself raises His voice in anger, I can assure you. Especially when somebody wants to run wild with the wolves. What are you going to do? Be gentle? I love you. Or is it time to kick ass when it's time to kick ass? Let's be real here. You're very loving and nurturing. You know, this is inner strength. Sacred. The shift. Yeah. Okay. So you speak your mind, you want to be liberated, and not everybody likes it. Too bad for them. I'm just saying. Too bad for them. Everybody has their own inner voice. It's not the same as everybody else's. There is no shame in raising your voice. None. If God didn't want us to have it, we wouldn't have been born with it. You will hear an animal call out in anger. They will growl. They will hiss. They will shoot porcupine quills. They will gouge your eyes out. Claw your face off. Just saying. It's a protection mechanism. It is a defense mechanism. To say, hey, stop it. You are hurting me. You are making me angry. Be slow to anger. Of course. I'm not talking about somebody who's a hothead, quick-tempered, and off like a screaming banshee here. I'm talking about this person was changing course. This person changed their path. Okay? They were going the wrong direction, and I know anybody who is loving, anybody who is compassionate, anybody who cares about anybody else, you're going to tell that person, what are you doing? You're going the wrong way. You are going to get hurt over there. Soul loss. I told you you're loving, you're nurturing, you're very gentle, you are very kind. But when push comes to shove, no matter how painful that is, you have to stand up to be heard. Or people are going to keep walking all over you, all over you, all over you. That is, if it is required. There's some relationships, some situations where you can just have a gentle touch. And you can just say, you know, you're making me angry. And they'll say, oh, okay. But if you're talking to somebody who turns their back on you because they have done something to make you angry and you speak out about it, That's on them. You are sacred. You've shed many tears, and so many that it, you know what I mean? This person went to the dark. What are you going to do? Be happy? Be glad? No, you're going to be angry. You're going to be hurt. You're going to cry. And hurt people hurt people. Like, I mean, anger is just another form of expression. You know what I'm saying? We are human, and every human has its pressure points. If somebody keeps pushing your buttons and pushing you to the limit, eventually you are going to bite them. You keep poking a stick at a bear, eventually that bear's going to tear your face off. And I don't care who you are. If somebody keeps poking the bear, they're going to fight back. If you ever seen a dog in a cage, and then you see some cruel owner poking that dog with a stick, making him violent, making him angry, eventually that dog will bite your hand. A cat will scratch you. You will get bit. A lot of people don't like truth. They want to have candy-coated coverings of everything, of all this love. Everything is love. Everything is love. Yes, everything can be love, but not all the time. Sometimes you have to get real. And sometimes you have to get disciplined. And sometimes you have to speak your mind, whether that makes someone angry or not. Particularly if you see someone falling to a south node darkness. When they could be gathering. That's the ancients. Everybody's on their spiritual journey. You saw something. You warned somebody of something. You said your prayers. You knew darn well there was a deception. And that's what makes a warrior and a pushover a pushover. I'm sorry. You're sacred. Just because you lose your temper does not make you unsacred. God Himself disciplines His children. A good father does. A good mother does. You don't just let your kids run amok and never raise a voice to them. Sometimes you have to be stern and strict in order to bring order. That's what it's saying. I don't know why. I didn't do this read today. Spirit's doing it. I have no idea what Spirit's talking about. I just read the cards and they're telling me what to say. There's a time to laugh, a time to cry, a time to be of anger, a time to fight, and a time to lay down the burdens, the sorrows. There's a time and a place for everything under the sun, including anger, but not vengeance. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I'm just saying God made us all. Right? Whoever your God is, or whatever belief system you have. It's a natural instinct to, like, if you see somebody doing something really dangerous or they're about to hurt themselves or take a fall, you're going to yell. You're going to raise your voice and say, stop. And then you can be gentle and explain why you said what you said or did what you did. It's all part of us. I don't know why Spirit's bringing that out today. It's instinct, for crying out loud. It's instinct. It's part of our survival. It's instinct. We've got forest fires in the area, and you can hear all the water bombers and all the helicopters trying to fight fires here, guys. The smoke is atrocious. It's a defense mechanism. What did I say? You keep poking the bear, they will defend themselves. It's part of a natural instinct. It's animal instinct, and we are a form of animal here on this planet. The same as every other animal. See? A defense. Look what Spirit's showing me. I really have no idea why this is coming out in the read, guys, so don't shoot the messenger. I have no idea where Spirit's going with this one. It's like, look, these are all defense mechanisms. Like, a lizard has this exterior, a wolf has those exteriors, a scorpion has the stingers so that it's for protection. It's for protection. These are survival instincts. These are defensive mechanisms that we are naturally born with. You can be very kind. Do you know what I'm saying? You can be very gentle and kind, but sometimes you got to defend yourself. And sometimes you got to trust your natural instincts that you're born with. That's why we're born with, like, disguises. You know, like if you go to freakiest thing I ever saw. My cat hauled home a gecko one time, and its tail fell off, and I gave the cat heck. I said, oh my God, the cat ate the gecko's tail, tore the tail off. I didn't know that they dropped that tail as a defense mechanism, and that tail crawls away to lure the predator away from its body, and it regrows a tail. I had no clue. We're all built with a defense mechanism and a natural instinct. Family. People will do whatever it takes to defend their families. I'm just saying. It's natural instinct for someone. If someone is putting your family in harm's way, I'm saying a natural instinct is to defend them. Yeah, because we are providers, right? We are providers. Hunters. And if somebody is hunting down our families, and somebody is being... This is freaking me out, guys. Ambulances, helicopters, fire trucks, oh my good God. So, our natural instinct is to hunt, kill, provide for our families. You know, hunters and gatherers. You know what I'm saying? It's our natural instinct. It is. But it's also our natural instinct to provide for our families, to defend our families. It's a natural instinct. And if you saw one person try to harm your child, It is a damn natural instinct to raise your voice and be angry. If someone tried to harm your family or your child, I don't think you're going to be sitting there going, "You are sacred." No, you're not. You're going to defend your family. We're born with it as a natural defense mechanism. You can be sacred and still defend your family. You can be sacred and still be the hunter, the gatherer, and the provider. But man, somebody messes with God's chosen, you want to see how angry God gets. It ain't pretty. And we are no different. We are sacred beings. But sometimes those natural instincts keep coming flaring out. I'm telling you, because this is a positive, happy, joyful energy. But one of those natural instincts is to protect and defend. If someone is in danger or in harm's way, that's a totally different reaction. You know what I'm saying? We have the freedom. We're free to be whoever, whatever, and however we want. But we are not allowed to do certain things. Courage to speak your truth. Courage. It takes courage to defend the innocent. It takes courage to be a warrior. It takes courage to be a defender, a hunter, a gatherer. It takes courage. There are just certain times that this sacred love thing is not applicable. It's part of, anger is part of something sacred. Okay? When it's used the right way. When it's done out of love. See? Natural instincts. It's a natural instincts of fight or flight, feast or famine, hunter gatherer, fear. Care, wise, communication. Then you can collaborate and have peace. But I'm telling you, sometimes anger is also a tool. And I'm not talking about somebody being a hothead and abusing somebody. I'm not talking about that kind of anger. I'm talking about the loving anger. Like God says in the Bible that He loves us, so He disciplines us. Well, if you see somebody that you care about and you love going down a dark path and going down a dark road, and there is danger there, and you know they're going to get a brutal attack, you are going to defend them. I'm just saying, you are going to advise them. Even if you got to yell at them, you are going to get their attention. It's a natural instinct. And anybody who says it isn't, I don't believe. I'm sorry, I don't. We are not, if we're living in this earth, it's part of our natural instincts. All these things are natural instincts. To be sacred, to be kind, to communicate, to love, to be wise, to be free, to provide, to our instincts, to trust our instincts, our own energies, to defend, to hunt and care and provide for our families And anyone who puts us in fear, they might see the wrath of God themselves. They don't have to worry about me. See? If you knew somebody was going to die at the end of this journey, you would shout if you had to. You would do whatever it took to defend your family. And to say otherwise is ridiculous. You go through spells. You're all these things. Not just one thing. You're all these things. It's in each and every one of us. If you knew the devil was going to kill somebody you loved, you would be angry. Makes them think before they act. It does. It causes people to think. When you speak your mind, when you speak your truth, as long as you're doing it because you care, as long as you're doing it because you are afraid that somebody is going to fall down the rabbit hole, you're going to do whatever it takes to catch them. Just saying. We are animals. Okay, we are. We are. Especially if somebody is going to end up dying. I don't care. I've seen it in my lifetime. And I can tell you right now, I didn't see some people respond to, like, if it's an emergency. That's why Spirit's bringing all these. This is an emergency. We're talking about a state of emergency. You do what it asks to do. It's part of our survival skills. Without it, what do you have? Especially, here is loving kindness. Now, love is gentle. Love is kind. Love is all of these things. It is. A gentle touch, a gentle approach. But you can't expect that 24/7, 7 days a week. It's not a reality. It's based out of fear. You know what I mean? It's the same as if someone is threatened. It's not the devil you gotta fear. It's God. If you're gonna fear anything, fear God. The devil is nobody to fear. Who is to fear is God. Whoever your God is. Don't fear the devil. Don't fear the devil. You have the right to confront the devil. You have the right to say no to the devil, to cast demons out with the name of God. What the heck? So it's like, Resist the devil and he must flee. Why do people fear the devil so much when who they should be fearing is God? He is the final say. There you are. Love, kind, gentle. Honor, respect, cherish, value, integrity, worthiness, equal reciprocity. Not this, so, what's this? When someone's being foolish, stuck energy, what the heck are they doing? You're a guiding light, so you want to guide people. You want to guide people. But why is it that this person gets stuck in some karmic cycle and then they end up getting hurt and they end up going through a tower? There was no need for any of it. No need. No need. When all, you talk, you talked. I mean, you did. You talked. But were they listening? Or did they just move away because they didn't want to hear? You might have even shouted at them and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Is that not a form of caringness and love? Or shout out and say, "Watch out, you're gonna crash." I don't know. Can't be happy all day long. You can't be this joyous energy all day long. Sometimes you're meant to be a warrior. And sometimes you gotta do things that you don't want to do in order to rescue a child or save a child from falling down the rabbit hole. Just that simple. Can't be all fun and games and fun loving all the time. Maybe this, I don't know. You're going to do what you do to protect your family. This person just, look. Too scared, see? What's this? You sat here in silence, you did your prayers, you prayed your praise, you know what I mean? You gave wise guidance, you gave wise leadership here. You are very loving, you're very gentle, you are very care providing. You had all these elements, but instincts are instincts. You ain't fallen for no illusion. So this person is scared of a confrontation or scared to have an argument? They need to do some work. You're supposed to work together as a team and communicate. But you will protect your family no matter what. You're not going to, it's like the universe ain't going to deny you anything that you need. I mean, what? God. Yeah, look at all the hurt you're saving somebody if you give them that wise advice. Look at all the pain and suffering you're saving somebody. Had they have just had faced their fears. So what if you had an argument? You fight for those you love. Stop getting wish-washy here. You know, it makes people think. Think about love. Joy, you can have fun and you can have joy with love. It's everything all together. All of it. All of it. When people get greedy and all they do is focus on financial gain and focus in on this and that, and they go steal from your family that you have provided for, or they want to steal one of your children and they want to put them down the rabbit hole, you are going to fight. There's a time and a place for everything under the sun, including anger. That's what makes a leader and a follower a follower. Oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want to face my demons. Oh, I don't want an argument. So you would just rather go down the rabbit hole. It's on them. You've done everything that you can do. That's the truth, Spirit saying. Sometimes you can be jokey, laughy, and full of love and affection and love people to the moon and back. But love don't save a life. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it requires drastic measures. Oh my God. Spirit's like, anger is, what does he say about that? Be slow to anger. But sometimes anger is righteous or self-righteous. It depends on what you use it for. If you're using it to be self-righteous, then that's not sacred. But if you're using it to save a life, or you're using it for a tool of good, then I can assure you it's warranted. Especially if you know, look, death, tragedy, heartbreak, manipulation, family. What up? If you're using tools to manipulate somebody, and using anger to manipulate somebody, or using anger to make someone feel inferior, then that's nasty. But if you're using it for good purposes, that's what I guess the difference is. righteous anger or self-righteous anger. You're very confident. You're a confidence builder. You use your word to build confidence. You use your words to empower people. It's righteous. Truth is righteous, whether anybody gets angry or not. If somebody is going down here is going to get killed, murdered, and destroyed with the devil here, and you've had the passive approach, you need discipline. Righteousness, not self-righteousness. It is righteous. That's what makes an empress an empress. Well, see? God'll smite you. Look, 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 look. God Himself will discipline. Look, look. God Himself will discipline their children. And if you love your son, your daughter, the people in your life, you sometimes have to be righteous, and you've got to speak your truth. And even if that makes people angry, and the words you speak make them angry, as long as it is righteous, not self-righteous, righteousness. If you are warning, using those words to warn somebody, look, you're going to die. You keep doing those drugs, you're going to end up dead. Now, I love you, and I'm not trying to hurt you, but you're going down the wrong path. It is a true righteous friend or a righteous person who will warn somebody when the enemy is around. Don't get all bullheady here. Oh, I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it. Better than people just saying bullshit, telling people what they want to hear, gaslighting people, judgment. It's better than not caring. At least you know when somebody warns you of danger that they actually care about you. Sometimes anger is righteous. Sometimes it is, because it is a natural law of order. Sometimes you can be righteous with anger, if as long as you're doing it with loving intent and to prevent somebody from falling down the rabbit hole. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here, especially if you know they're going to fall sick or be unhealthy when they could be in a nice, comfortable home. I don't get it. And then they, this is power. You're your own lioness. My God, yes, the Empress can be a lioness. The Empress can roar. What you gonna do? Shut a lion's mouth? force a lion to not speak? Or a lioness to not speak? Damn right. To prevent someone mental anguish? To prevent someone from going wrong? I'm not talking about where words are used to hurt other people, manipulate other people. I'm not talking about words of hatred. I'm not talking about words of all this other stuff. There's a clear distinction, Spirit saying, about be slow to anger. Do you know what I mean? Be slow to anger. What the hell did this person do? This person is being belittled. This person is being belittled. See, you're over here, you were loving, you were compassionate, you were stable, you were confident, you were a leader, you were patient, you were intuitive, you knew when to be silent, and the time. You understand that principle. There's a time and a place for everything under the sun. To be loving, nurturing, you know all those times. You did all of this. You worked your ass off for this relationship. You weren't being sanctimonious or self-righteous with what you were saying. Anger is a normal reaction to what was being done here. I mean, especially when you're a high priestess and you can see where they were going and what would happen. You would be inhuman if you didn't. It's a natural response, a natural action to what's being done here. This person, they are furious. Now, how angry are they? Oh boy. So this person may not have liked what you had to say, guys. They wanted you to be this passive, loving person all the time. And I'm telling you, you cut them off. You did. You told them what you thought. They didn't like what you had to say because they thought they knew it all. Now, who's the angry one? And I can tell you, they're a hothead. And they's fighting and they's arguing. So maybe that's what they're used to. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they never had loving kindness. I don't know what this person's problem is. Maybe they're used to being belittled. Maybe they're used to I don't know what's going on here. Why Spirit's giving me this read even? Okay, look, the Divine Femme is very loving, nurturing, gentle, kind, all those things. But I'm telling you that anybody poked enough times, they will respond in anger. I mean, it's just natural instinct. It is. You are human. But I can tell you where they're going. Well, that's on them. Now, who's the angry one? Who's the hothead now? Now that they're down the rabbit hole. You guessed it. Like they're used to I don't know. Submission is good, but God didn't want people to be so submissive that they were doormats. I don't agree with that. Sometimes, it's not there's a time and a place for everything under the sun. There's a time to be gentle, a time to be kind, a time to listen, a time to joy, a time to dance, a time to have fun and celebrate. And there is a time for anger. Because it is a natural defense mechanism. Natural. It would be unnatural if you never got angry a day in your life. You know what I'm saying? It's just how you handle it. It's how you deal with it. Be slow to anger. Be slow to anger. Try and be rational. Try and be reasonable. Try and be loving. Try and be kind first. Try all these other things first. But when push comes to shove, and somebody's you're not just going to sit there when somebody's pulling a gun or a knife on you I don't know. Or threatening your children's life or your family's life. Though you want to see natural instincts come out. Because we might be starseeds or we might be sacred, but we're having an earthly experience. And that is part of the earth. I'm not talking about, got to be all those things and know when to be angry and know when to, if you do get angry, my folks used to say, don't sleep with it. Don't take that anger to bed with you. Resolve your issues before bedtime, before sun goes down. That's the end of it. Take care.